What's up, y'all? I'm Jasmine Elise and welcome back to my channel. So it's hot in Michigan, so that means it's time for some braids. So this is a wig I purchased off the TikTok shop. It is 36 inches long and it's color 613. It is square parted and it is a full lace wig. So there are no tracks in this wig. This is the band here just to help to hold onto your head, and then of course the combs. I of course don't need the combs because I don't have any hair to attach it to, but if you have hair that you want to attach it to on your head, you can use it as an anchor. But honestly, it's pretty snug on my head. My head is about 21-inch circumference around. With hair, it used to be a 22.5, but it fits pretty snug without any extra glue or anything if I just decide to wear the wig. So growing up, every summer my mom would give me a fresh set of braids. It was a protective style. It kept my hair protected while I decided to run and scream and jump off of stuff when I was a kid. And you know, so it's a really nostalgic feeling for me. I miss having the feeling of braids, of having my hair braided. I don't have that option now because I don't have any hair. So this just is a really nice option. I'm really glad that, you know, somebody decided to come out with braided wigs. Even if it wasn't for people who have major hair loss, it's very helpful for me. So the first braided wig I ever had was not a full lace wig like this one. So I didn't have as much, you know, parting space or, you know, that really natural look when it came to the back. So being able to put it up. So I really love that about this. So right here, I am just adding some of my foundation to the base of the inside of the cap just to make it look more like that skin complexion, so it doesn't have that white cast when I put the wig on. Now you can color as much or as little as you like. I did it on the entire inside of the wig. So now I'm just going to use these little scissors that I got from AliExpress. I really didn't even purchase them. They just gave it to me as a free gift one time. And I use this to cut around the edges of my wig. Some people use eyebrow razors, but this is just more convenient for me. I feel like I have more control than like actual regular scissors. And I'm just getting as close to the edge of the hairline as possible so I can have it lay flush against my skin when I decide to put it down on my head. So now I'm done cutting the lace off. It's time to put it on. So I am showing you the front and the back of the wig. So you're gonna put that band around the back and the base of your head, or where the nape is, and then pull the back of the wig down. I always use a comb to line it up to make sure that it's directly in the center of my head. You know, the same way you would if you were actually parting your hair. I like to pull my hair back so that I can clearly see where the edges are before I start cutting the baby hairs. Now, some of the braided wigs that you will see are going to be human hair. This one that I am using is synthetic. Synthetic and human hair do not act the same way when you're trying to mold them into certain positions. So where human hair, you can kind of leave it a little bit wispy. Synthetic hairs are a little bit thicker, and so they try to fight you a little bit more. So I try to cut them at an angle, and I want to make them as short as possible without making them look ridiculous where they're just gonna stick up. So that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm not gonna lie, human hair and synthetic hair edges give me the blues every time. I was cutting this at a weird angle. I don't know why, but I made it look the way I wanted it to look. So prior to this new spray I got, I was using Eben Active Spray, but this one is a new spray I'm using. I always spray it into a container because it's easier for me to control it by having it in a container and then just using a little brush to dab it on, and then I can control how it's moving. Sometimes when I use the spray, it ruins it for me. Now right here is where I messed up. I used my eyebrow brush on this 613 hair and it made it brown, and I tried to just act like it didn't happen. It was not working, and so I was really annoyed. So now I'm trying to figure out how I can just pivot. So I started working on the other side, but that little brown spot was just really bothering me. So I had a different brush that I used for that, but I had to bust out the makeup wipes that I got from Aldi. I love Aldi. Shout out to Aldi. Their makeup wipes are the best, and so I just wiped it off the hair. I got the majority of it, and then I just kept moving. And if you are new to wigs, don't get discouraged if something don't go perfect. You're gonna have some ugly wig days when you first start. Just be ready for that. Your edge is gonna look dumb sometime. Just be prepared for that. Bring a headband with you everywhere until you get a down pack certified process, because it's gonna look dumb sometime. It is. I'm somebody, I sweat profusely, so my wigs love to sweat and slide, and so I always have a headband with me. So I've been trying this one out to see how much it moves when I sweat, and it's been holding up pretty good. I've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and I've been sweating a couple times profusely. Now this has been different because usually you get that little white cast, and because this wig is light, I don't know if it's showing through, so I'm gonna have to wait until I get a darker colored wig, whether it's red or brown or whatever, and then, you know, see how it works. So I put my edge band on. By this time you can clearly see I'm feeling myself, so I just did a couple different styles to see how this hair moves and how I like it. So I'm gonna show you the styles that I did. So right here I'm just doing my little jig, but this one I call my plain Jane. So straight down the middle, that's how the hair was parted when it was made into the wig, and so this is just kind of basic light work to me. This one I call my sitting sideways. This is just a side part, millennial, you know, standard, you know, just to the side. This one I call poetic princess, you know, because I'm a princess and I'm poetic, so what else would I call it? So the next one is my top tier bun. So this is just a standard bun right up on the top of your head. I was really feeling this one. This was stretching my face, making me look young, you know. I was feeling very sleek, slender, and opulent, you know, you feel me? This next one I call my crown jewel. The kind of the way I twisted them to the back just gave me the vibes of, like, you know, a crown around your head. So I really like this. This is something I just came up with. It started to fall apart, but it was fine. It just needed to be together for the sake of the video. But use bobby pins. This one I call a crossover. I'm literally just crisscrossing the hair back and forth over the back. I use a clip to hold it, but you can use bobby pins. And then this is I call the double Dutch bun. Real light work. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to be the best version of you every day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.